How cool would it be to be $50,000 better off if you're buying a property in Dubai right now? Well, that is the scenario if you're an Australian and you've been looking to invest in Dubai with a $500,000 property. The price difference because of the currency swings since April could be $50,000. It could even hit $200,000 if you were looking at a $2 million property. And today's video, I'm going to run through that. Stay tuned. I hope you enjoy it. Today I want to touch on the Australian dollar to the AED, or the United Arab Emirates dirham. When most people think of that, it's Dubai. Obviously, there's a lot of people buying property in Dubai, either off the plan or resales. Property market over there is extremely hot at the moment, and there's a lot of people emigrating there, whether it's for tax reasons, lifestyle reasons. But every time you're on YouTube, you seem to see lots and lots of videos about people's new lives and emigrating to Dubai. So I thought I'd touch on the currency play at the moment, with the Aussie dollar up around 10% against the dirham in the last 10 weeks, and how that can affect you if you're buying a property of $500,000, $1 million, $2 million. That's 50 to 200 grand. Potentially you're better off than what you were in April. So I'll dive into the charts. I'll have a look at that. And as always, feel free to reach out if I can help at all. So my name is Chris Broadfoot. I'm the founder of SportsFX, and we help athletes, associations, high net worth individuals with currency strategies and helping them with currency planning and transfers. Thanks very much. Enjoy the charts, and please leave some feedback if you have any requests. So in this video, I'm going to touch on the Australian dollar to the United Arab Emirates dirham, of AED. Following very much the path of the Aussie to US, we're seeing the Aussie AED have the last couple of days been quite positive. Now that's the Australian dollar in general has been positive after the RBA left interest rates on hold this week, which shocked the markets. There was an 85% chance of the RBA cutting rates, and they held them. So that's given the Australian dollar a bit of a shot in the arm. And then earlier today, we saw Donald Trump impose a 50% tariff on copper, which has given copper a massive boost, and the Australian dollar is heavily linked with copper and with commodities, which has also seen the Australian dollar have a bit of a boost. If I have a quick look at the Aussie to US chart, if you have a look at that there, we've spoken about this a few times, but it's been stuck in that 64 to 65 cent range for months. Broke out, came back in early this week on Monday due to some tariff talks, and then since the RBA held, you can see those last 3 days has bounced up. And if you click over to the AED, it mirrors that because the AED and the USD are linked. They don't move. Generally, you'll find if the Aussie US is up, the Aussie AED, but there's a lot of people moving to Dubai, obviously, and investing in Dubai, buying properties, etc. So these exchange rates and stronger Australian dollars, very positive if you want to be buying property in Dubai. And we've seen now, if we have a look at, say, just from the start, middle of April, we're up around 10% since the middle of April. Obviously, on a $500,000 Australian purchase, that's a $50,000 difference. So you can see that there's a massive amount of opportunity if you have the right strategy in place, or you can take advantage of these spikes when rates are moving in your favour. Now, if we zoom out a little bit, these are the highest rates now since November, around about the middle of November, where we were back at that 240 range. And it's taken sort of 6-7 months now since then that we're now seeing it back there. All things are looking quite positive at the moment for the Australian dollar. So as we mentioned, the RBA leaving rates on hold, this new tariff on copper, which has given it a bit of a shot in the arm. And overall, the US dollar has been selling off. If you have a look at, this is the DXY, which is the US dollar index. It's at its lowest point it's now coming up to 18 months, 2 years. Yeah, you're looking at March 2022, so just over 3 years now. So this is the overall health of the US dollar, or what you would gauge if you're ever just curious about it. Look at the symbol DXY, and that ranges the US dollar against a basket of currencies, the pound, the euro, Swiss franc, etc. So that one's weak, and with all the Trump talks, tariffs, trade wars, and the on again, off again, that's happening this date, then it's getting moved. That's the concern. That's where the US dollar is weakening. People aren't sure what's really happening. Overall, Trump wants a weaker dollar, which is better for the US and for their import-export industry. This is just a quick snapshot of the AED. As I said, the dirhams, people buying property in Dubai, which if you go on YouTube, it's more and more and more of it now happening all the time. Take advantage of these rates and bring the price of that property purchase down a little bit. Or even if it's paid in stages, and a lot of them are maybe paid in stages with new builds, is how do you secure this rate for the next 6 to 12 months? That's something that we can help with as well. Then you can take advantage of the rate today without putting up the full amount and put down a small deposit, lock in an exchange rate, and we can hold that for 3, 6, 12 months, whatever you need. That's sometimes where the strategy comes in to go, I've got a property being built, we've got 4 payments which need to be made. If we were looking at this back in April, we're 50 grand better off today. So it's a bigger purchase, $1 million, $2 million, whatever it may be. It's obviously a big difference. As always, feel free to reach out and have a chat. This is something that I'm very passionate about. I love helping people in this scenario and to create more and more videos around this to try and help. As I can say, if you can get above this 240, stay above 240 and now make this a bit of a support zone. If we can break up here, as you can see, it's tested it a couple of weeks ago, got to 241, sold off quickly. So let's see if that can be a bit of a catalyst now with a few good bits of fundamental news coming into the markets. I'll leave it there. As always, feel free to reach out if we can help. I'll link in the description below to subscribe to our newsletter or book a call with me. It's free. There's no obligation to do so. Same with the newsletter. I'll send out a weekly or bi-weekly newsletter just with some currency tips and some property tips. Might be athlete contracts, prize money, sponsorships. We look after all of it, and we just try and provide some educational information. I don't do too much of YouTube. If you can do that for me, that would be amazing. We'll get more and more subscribers at the moment, which is fantastic, and hopefully it's providing some value. As always, reach out if I can assist at any time. My name is Chris Broadfoot. I'm the founder of SportsFX, and we look after international athletes, agents, associations, and high net worth individuals with contracts, currency management, and international property deals. Look forward to speaking to you. Have a great day.